Let's discuss about the enzyme catalysis. So here we are going to use the enzyme as a catalyst, that we are going to call as the enzyme catalysis. In one word, we are going to call it here. And also, these are the enzymes are the complex nitrogenous organic compounds which are produced by the living plants and animals. So which are going to be produced by or synthesized by the living plants and animals. So this type of catalyst we are also called as the one term, that is called biochemical catalysts, biochemical catalysis. So let's take one by one simple examples which are going to be used the enzyme as a biochemical catalyst. Let's see here. First one, let's take a simple example. You are already familiar with this term, that is called inversion of the cane sugar. Cane sugar, you know this formula, that is C12H22O11. This is called cane sugar. I am going to treat with the water molecules. We are going to obtain the glucose C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. This is called glucose and this is called the fructose. So what type of the enzyme, what type of the catalyst we are going to use is, that is called the biochemical catalyst. That name is called invertase. Invertase enzymes we are going to using here in this type of biochemical reactions in order to get the glucose as well as the fructose. So this is called biochemical catalysts. So that's why we are going to call this is an enzyme, right? You are going to know this one. In the biological terms, we are going to familiar with this terms invertase. Invertase is an enzyme which helps in the conversion of the cane sugar into glucose and fructose. Let's take second one, conversion of the glucose into ethyl alcohol. Glucose means, once again we are going to take the C6H12O6. This is called glucose. That is for decomposition of the glucose that forms the ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is C2H5OH along with the carbon dioxide. Let's balance here. 6 carbon atoms, here 2 carbon atoms, single carbon atom, that becomes 2. 2 carbon, 2, that is, yes, now everything is balancing. C6H12O6, 6 carbons, 4 carbon, 2 carbon, hydrogen 12. So 10 hydrogen, 11, so total 12 hydrogen. Yes, 5 to 10, 10 plus 2, 12 hydrogens, and oxygen 6 will be there, and here also 2 oxygen and 4 oxygen. Everything is balanced. So here what type of enzyme we are going to use here? That is conversion of this glucose into ethyl alcohol plus carbon dioxide, that is gas. So that we are going to use the enzyme that is called gymase. That name is called gymase. This gymase enzyme which helps in the conversion of this, decomposition of this glucose into ethyl alcohol along with the carbon dioxide. This is also comes under the enzyme catalyst, best example. And next one, that is called third one, that we are going to call as the conversion of the maltose into glucose. Maltose is nothing but the same formula of this one, that is C12H22O11. This is called maltose. I am going to take with the water molecules. We are going to obtain the glucose. 2 molecules of the glucose. C6H12O6. That is called glucose. C12H22O11. That is called maltose. So conversion of this maltose into the glucose, that we are going to use the enzyme that is called the maltase. Maltase is a biological catalyst we are going to use in the conversion of the maltose into glucose. You are going to see reactions. And one more reaction that is also you are familiar with this one, that is called fourth one, in the conversion of the milk into curd. Conversion of the milk into curd, you know this one, that is called lactobacillus enzyme. So like this you are going to use the biological catalyst, so enhance the reaction. So that is called, in order to conversion of this milk into curd, so this enzyme is going to be very useful here. And let's take it in stomach. In stomach what happens? The proteins which are going to be converted into peptides, right? We have seen already peptides in the biomolecules. We have studied all these things. So conversion of these proteins into peptides using an enzyme that we are going to call as the pepsin. So pepsin is an enzyme which helps in the conversion of these proteins into peptides. So these are the enzyme catalysis. Let's discuss about the characteristics of the enzyme catalysis. So one by one we are going to discuss here. So what are the types of the characters it is going to be involved in the biological chemical reactions. First one, that is called the most highly efficient. Catalysis, what we are going to use in the biological reactions, biological chemical reactions. So they are very much efficient will be there. So you know this one, they always, this type of enzymes always work in a low activation energy. You know this one, when the activation energy will be lower, the rate of the reaction will be very higher. If activation energy will be higher, the rate of reaction it takes some lot of time will be there. That was because activation energy and rate of reaction both are inversely will be there, right? So here they work under always the low activation energy, then only the rate of the reaction that will be very high, and this has a capacity, the enzyme which catalyze the transformation of an 1 million compounds of the reactant that convert per minute. So that much as an efficient will be their enzymes. So next one, second one, that is called highly specific in nature. The enzyme catalysts they are very highly specific in nature. Let's take an example, that is called invertase hydrolysis of the cane sugar. Right? When you convert this cane sugar C12H22O11 in the presence of the water, so that is going to be converted into C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. So yeah, here we are going to use the enzyme only, that is called invertase, right? Invertase. So instead, this invertase enzyme which does not produce that is not involved in the reaction, that is conversion of glucose into ethyl alcohol. So that much has a specific here. When you are going to use the invertase enzymes, that is purely conversion of cane sugar into glucose and fructose. When you use the Zymes enzyme, that is going to be conversion of the glucose into ethyl alcohol only. So that much it has a specific in nature. And third point, the highly active under optimum temperature. So these enzyme catalysts are there very sensitive while using in the reaction, that under the 298 Kelvin to 310 Kelvin, they are very highly specific in nature by conversion of the biological reactions. What happens on the either side of this temperature, so that enzyme catalyst activities goes on decreases. So like this, we should maintain this one. And next one, the highly active under optimum pH. The enzyme catalyst we are going to use in this type of reactions, they are going to maintain the optimum pH that lies between the 5 to 7. Always they rise between the 5 to 7. So let's discuss about the fifth point, that is called increased activity in presence of the activators and coenzymes. So one word, that is called activators. Activators means which activates the catalyst, which activates the further speed of the reaction when we are going to use the coenzymes. Coenzymes means like some these are called non-protein part. Some examples we are going to take as the metal ions like sodium plus manganese, cobalt, copper. So these are the metal ions which we are going to call as the coenzymes, which helps in order to increase the rate of the reaction, are also backbone for the catalysts. So this type of coenzymes we are going to call as the activators. So why they are going to use this one? In order to increase the activity of the catalysts. And last point, that is called influence of the inhibitors and poisonous. So these poisonous and inhibitors which always interact on the surface of the catalyst only in order to destroy or completely the activity of the some enzymes catalysts. So like this principle is going to be mainly used on the drug synthesis, drug basic theory. So this will be helpful there. So these are the characteristics of the enzyme catalysis. Let's discuss about the mechanism of the enzyme catalysis. So we have seen already some enzyme catalysts, how they are going to be very much useful when you study the characteristics, right? So how in order to conversion of some biological chemical reactions, that is going to be very helpful here. So let's discuss about the mechanism. What is the behind of this reaction? That is called mechanism, that we are going to discuss here. So this is what the most accepted for this enzyme catalysis, that is called key and lock mechanism. We are going to see this one, that is called key and this is called a lock mechanism. Let's discuss about here. So here that is key indicates that the E, capital letter E, that E is nothing but the enzyme. Enzyme is nothing but the catalyst, because we are going to discuss about some biological enzymes catalyst reactions, right? And this is called substrate. This substrate we are also going to call as the reactants. And this is called ES. ES means when you put the key into the lock, that is called, that is E complex. And later enzymes and products will be going to formulate. Let's take here. So this is called substrate, that is called reactant molecules, which will be always having the some specific regions that is containing the active sites. Why they are having the active sites? In order to, so which is going to be fit by the key. That key is nothing but the here that is called enzyme catalyst. So in the reactants we are going to use the enzyme, I mean catalysts, and some substrate that is called reactant molecules. What happens here? Let's simple step by step. Let's take the step 1 here. Step 1, that is having the first E. E means enzyme. So this enzyme which is going to be attracts on the surface active sites of the reactants, that is called E plus S, that produces the ES. This is called enzyme substrate complex. This we are going to call as the enzyme substrate complex. So here in this step 1, always the activation energy will be lower. The activation energy will be lower here. And come to the next step. What happens in the step 2? After the complex formation, what happens? So this will be again, there will be conversion, that is ES complex, that can be reduced to, that can be decomposed into once again E. E means that enzymes, that is catalyst, which is going to be separated out, that is called regenerated ion, and we are going to obtain the products here, that is called E plus P. Enzyme and products we are going to obtain here. So this is a simple mechanism here. So this is called key lock mechanism. And the key, how do you put the key in the lock? That is called lock will open, lock will that is going to be locked here, right? So like this only. So this is because of this active sites of the reactants, that key, that is enzyme, that fits into the substrate. Now that is going to form the complex. In this situation, the activation energy will be lower, and after this one, the complex, this is why this is going to split here. I mean, why it is going to decompose? Because this is an unstable condition. Due to this unstable condition, in order to get the stability, so this is going to be decomposed into enzyme. That is called key is going to be opened here, and we are going to obtain the products here. So that is called E plus S, ES, where the activation energy will be lower, and this ES can be decomposed into E plus P. That is called enzyme and products. So this is about the mechanism of the enzyme catalysis.